How did coronavirus affect your day-to-day personal life?
Well, I suppose like everybody else, I went into lockdown in March, and that was a complete change because I went from coming to work every day to being at home. My 2 primary school age children were suddenly at home and having to be homeschooled. I was still working full time, but I had this sense that having only been here actually since the beginning of 2019, I was just starting to establish the chaplaincy in my work and what I was doing, and then suddenly I had to reimagine the whole thing right back to the start again. How do you do chaplaincy in a pandemic? How do you do chaplaincy, which is basically a contact sport? You know, you get out there, you meet people, you see people, you bump into people. Suddenly I was having to do it from a distance. So it was quite weird really, sitting in the spare room at home trying to be a chaplain. And you know, being a chaplain is a big part of my identity, is who I am. So having to really go back and think all that through again was quite difficult. But there was a kind of excitement about it. I think everybody was excited, all clapping for the NHS, and you know, there was a kind of solidarity that I think has waned. So I think now people are finding it much more difficult.
How do you think the religious communities handled the impact of coronavirus?
People have been incredibly adaptable, incredibly flexible. The clergy who I know have been desperately aware of how much support their congregations need and their parishioners. I think they've really risen to the challenge of multiple funerals, bereavements. We've all been upskilling frantically with how to stream services and how to keep things going, how to do pastoral care online when you can't see people, how to do it through a window, you know, when you can't see people in person. So I think on the whole people have been amazing. I'm really impressed that, you know, we've had some major religious festivals this year. We've had Eid, we've had Diwali not that long ago. Guru Nanak's birthday was just 2 days ago. Those communities have just got on with what should be really big family gatherings and, you know, religious festivals in their places of worship. And they've just got on with it, with the fact that it couldn't happen, and found other ways to do it. And I've been really impressed with that kind of stoicism really, and cheerful stoicism as well. And I think this is something that we need to be modelling. I think, yeah, there's just been a set of different demands around Christmas that it would be quite nice as a church to sort of counter and to say, look, you know, a quiet Christmas is okay.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to people in this time of need?
I think my one piece of advice really would be to be kind to yourself. I think we've all pushed ourselves really hard this year, and people are so worried. So many people are in dreadful situations. So I think we need to start with just kind of letting ourselves off the hook a bit and saying to ourselves, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be stressed. And I think if you learn how to be kind to yourself, then that really helps with being kind to other people. And that's how we're going to get through this.